Hello.
Hi.
It's trapped in a cage.
We should say that all together.
1, 2, 3.
It's trapped in a cage.
We don't have a cage yet, but if you give us money, we can have it
And you can trap us.
for free.
This
Well,
is a
not
James trap.
really. Keep vamping while I pull up our thing.
Yeah, okay.
I pulled up our thing. So today we're watching Outcast. This is number 71 of Nick Cage's movies. It's a list of 72.
Going from worst to first.
That's right.
We don't know what they're ranked in, so we assume worst is at the top. Like, it's number 72.
Correct.
We don't know.
Well, no, we watched Left Behind last week, and we know it's very bad.
Can always get worse, though.
We'll find out on Outcast. Here's the stuff. Release year, 2014.
For a good year.
Genre: action, historical drama, martial arts. And here's the description. A fugitive Chinese prince and his sister enlist the aid of two war-weary crusaders.
What?
Nicolas Cage and Hayden Christensen. It's very late, I'm very tired. To help them defeat their older brother who murdered their father and seized the throne.
That's already too much plot, but I'm in.
Didn't Hayden Christensen win an award for this movie?
I hope so.
I don't know. I'd like to... What award?
Being
On screen?
Anakin Skywalker.
Being Anakin Skywalker.
Young Annie.
The coveted at Being Annie.
Yeah.
Our prequel memes, far less.
So what's everyone's feelings on this movie? Here in the description.
When you read this description earlier, I expect Nicolas Cage to be a gruff old man in the style of Highlander's, what's in it? Not Sean Bean, but Sean Connery.
That's the one.
He's going to play a mentor character, and Hayden Christensen's going to be the one who's like, got to take over the business.
So it's Star Wars, but in China.
But with
Hopefully.
Crusaders.
Okay.
That's what
Hayden's gonna be angry though. I have a feeling.
I think he's going to be sad.
I think that's his only emotional range.
Well, this is what we're going to find out. I want to, because, like, watch Red Letter Media and go a little deeper in that. I don't know. But I think Hayden Christensen probably has range, but those prequel scripts were shit.
Well, you're not wrong.
I'm not.
Nolan, what's your thoughts?
Well, all I can keep thinking of is how far up on the list or down on the list we are in terms of bad Nick Cage movies.
Yeah.
So super low expectations.
Yeah.
And if it's any bit good, then hey, I'll be super impressed by it.
If it's anything like the last film, which was his latest film, I imagine the special effects will be 90% of the budget.
Yep.
And what I want to know is, does Nick Cage act better in worse movies? Because so far the answer is yes.
That's true. We're at 100%. So we're going to watch the movie now. I don't know how that transition will go, but right now it's probably just a hard cut.
Predictions? Nicolas Cage?
Hard cut.
Alright.
That's it.
Trapped in a fucking cage!
We watched Outcast.
With more enthusiasm, we watched Outcast with
Fuck.
Nicholas Christensen and
Maybe.
Hayden Cage.
That's it.
It's a movie.
I can't. Is it though? Is it?
Look, I'm just saying this was the Star Wars we deserved.
Yeah, you kept saying that the entire time. Elaborate on it.
Like plot-wise, this is what I would have rather have seen is a gruff Obi-Wan that's like, you killed too many younglings, but I'ma help you for this one last mission. And that should have been episode 2.
What about episode 3 then?
That's when the rage finally takes him. The rage takes the cage.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm saying Nicolas Cage should be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay. Now I understand.
Also, we've developed a rating system.
Yep.
Is this movie Nicolas Cage Gold or Nicolas Cage Mold? Is it Mold or Gold? I'm gonna call it Mold, man.
Yeah, no, it's definitely mold for me.
Say mold.
Because Nick Cage didn't really add that much.
He was just there.
What didn't much?
Yeah, he was only in like 20 minutes.
You know, yeah, like he had much better acting in Left Behind. than
Yeah.
he did.
In this.
This is episode 2, so we've seen a Nick Cage movie.
Correct.
Fucking, also, all these weird, you were calling them Dutch angles.
Yeah, it's where you tilt the camera on its side like this, And it's supposed to create confusion and like unease.
And it did for about 90 minutes.
Well, here's the thing. If you overuse it, then you just have unstable footage that makes your viewers sick.
Yeah, so I guess we need to figure out if we're separating the bad movie from the bad cage. So this was just an okay to bad cage in a bad movie.
I think it was still a mold cage.
It was a mold cage
Yeah, in a moldy movie.
in a moldy movie. Good Christensen though.
Yeah, no. Hayden was great.
Hayden, yeah, go you Hayden.
You did it.
I think this was your redemption.
Was it though?
Maybe, I
That's-
don't know.
That's not saying a lot.
We don't need to get into that. This is about
Yeah, this is Nick Cage.
This is about Nick Cage.
We're trapped in a cage with Nick Cage.
Look, we got to the plot sooner. I mean, it was 8
Yeah, that's
minutes
true.
until we got a title card.
Well, okay, well, what was the plot? It was, father was murdered by brother.
That's when we got to China.
Little brother had to run away, but then had to find someone to kill his older brother.
I wanted to know more about older brother.
I just wanted more character.
From anyone?
Yeah. Especially Hayden Christensen. He didn't have a fucking name. He didn't have a name.
That's true.
They didn't name him.
Our main character for the entire movie didn't have a name, and I thought I was suspecting that until halfway through, not even halfway through, I would say about 80 minutes in, this lady's like, I don't think I even know your name. He's like, whatever, just leave.
Just leave me.
Just get out of here, we're being attacked again.
Like, I don't...
Oh man, I think Nick Cage was a father figure to Hayden Christensen in this movie.
Yeah, it was like that mentor, because like he trained him.
And like they spoilers, in the beginning, Nick Cage sees Hayden Christensen go do something and is like, and then leaves the war. And I mean, in the beginning of the scene, he's like, we could just leave the war right now.
They started the movie with war. There was no platform, it was just conflict.
Just the Crusades.
But that doesn't mean anything because the characters don't have a relationship to the Crusades other than they're in the Crusades. How are we supposed to feel about them being in the Crusades if we don't know who they are?
It's Nick Cage and the hero. Look, I understand that you want a movie to have structure.
And character and meaning.
But that's not what Nick Cage movies are about. I think we'll discover what Nick Cage movies are about.
I don't. How did he get in this movie?
Nick Cage?
Yeah.
Someone needed a role to be filled, and his agent said, "I got you a film in China," and he's like, "That's cool. I've always wanted to practice my British accent." Nicolas Cage has
And
4 accents in his film.
Yeah, British and Scottish, yeah.
You just go in between how drunk he was. In the beginning of this movie, both him and Hayden have this very regal, almost noble British accent that I can... This is my Nick Cage British accent. What do you mean? You can't do it.
And then later in the film, when you see him again,
He's drunk.
he's gruff and drunk. He's like, "Oh, I can't do it, lad. Get out of here, lad. I won't. You were being too kind on the boy."
You're not hard enough on the boy. So bad accent. There's one moment that you love. That was Nick Cage. He's lamenting over his wife losing her
Yeah.
tongue. Nicolas Cage later in the film, spoilers, we discover he's remarried in China.
Yep.
By the way, there was a section where it just said the Middle East. Like, let's hop back.
Yeah.
They go to the desert. Hayden Christensen, the princess, which, by the way, they walk into a bar at one point. They're like, "It's the princess," and she's like, "Yes, it's me. I need an escort." And they're like, "No,
You're the princess. Everyone wants to kill you.
And so then they go to the desert to presumably get away, and the title card is the Middle East.
Nothing specific, just
The Middle
you know,
East.
somewhere.
Yeah, the middle of someone's east.
Yeah.
Fucking no timer place. And then they go to a caravan, and some merchant lady is like, "Oh, you've got gold, cool." And this guard's like, "Hey, we need to look inside your cart. The prince and princess might be here."
Here's gold.
Here, and she's like, "Oh, thanks, I'll leave."
And then
You, princess and prince looking motherfuckers in the back, go on through. They were in open daylight, and I just don't.
I didn't understand this movie. There's a lot of action scenes.
Here's what it is.
Go
Nick
ahead.
Powell. This is yet another movie where a stuntman
Yep.
for years,
2 for 2.
2 years, years in Hollywood, made a movie, and Nick Cage said yes. And in some ways, I feel like Nick Cage just wants to support people who want to make film projects.
That I can get behind.
Because let's be real, if I'm not a good filmmaker. Like I have not tried my hand at it that
Sure.
often. But if I finally got like my hand on the script that I thought was okay, I was proud.
Yeah.
And I like, this is clearly not a great film. And Nick Cage was like, I'm in it. I'm like, dude, thank you. This is gonna like make people want to watch my movie.
That's true.
So in some ways, I feel like Nick Cage is like the benefactor of people that would make art.
Yeah. See, that's what makes me like Nick Cage.
So that's the heart of gold.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
the
Nick
true
Cage.
Nick Cage.
Even if the screen acting is mold, he's got the heart of gold.
Nolan, final thoughts?
Well, it's one down.
That's right.
That's 2 down.
2 down.
1 for you, 2
One for
for
you.
One
us.
for me. That I narrowly avoided Left Behind. And
I feel like you missed out.
yeah, kind of missed out. Which one was better, Left Behind or this one?
Nick Cage was gold in
Left Behind, yeah.
This was a better film than Left Behind.
Well,
Was
yeah.
there more Nick Cage in the other one?
Yes.
There was better Nick Cage in the other one.
There's more and better Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I'd have liked more Nick Cage in this movie. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what makes a Cage movie Cage.
Yeah.
Is I think that's what we're gonna find out in movies where he's top billed but not the main actors. It's just not gonna be the amazing experience we want it to be.
Right.
But when he's center fucking stage, then we're just gonna have a good ride, you know. I'm ready. I'm ready for more Nick Cage gold.
Me too. I'll even be okay with mold and gold if that's even possible. Have both.
I'm okay as long as there's just more Cage. He had like 4 scenes in this movie.
We'll see you next time on Trapped in a Cage.
Oh, you want to do that again? We'll see you next
Next time on Trapped in a Cage. My butt hurts because I'm sitting on the crease.